welcome to Southern Wreaths. Today I'm going to make this really glamorous music note Christmas wreath. These are the supplies I'm going to use to make this wreath. I switch up the ribbons a little bit and I don't use the poinsettia. Alright, I'm going to start by adding zip ties to my wreath form. I'm going to add a tie to each center bar at the crossbars. And then for the outside, I'm going to add a pipe cleaner to a random crossbar, just pick one. And then I'll lay it along the frame, and where it ends, I will add my next pipe cleaner. And I twist them pretty tight. They will move if you push them, but if for some reason you find that your pipe cleaners are moving, just squeeze until the frame kind of comes together a little bit. And then twist quickly, and that usually keeps it in its place. Alright, I'm going to open all the outside ties just so it makes my life easier. I'm using a lot of different mesh for this wreath. I just had a lot of pretty colors that went together, so I wanted to use them all. I'm going to start with a white base. I'm cutting it at 15 inches, and I'll cut 14 since I have 14 ties. And then I'm just going to ruffle everything today. So I'm just gathering it together kind of like an accordion. And then I'll add it to my pipe cleaner and I'll twist. I'll do one really good twist. That one was crooked, so now I'm going to straighten it. For some reason, sometimes I miss the center when I'm sticking them in the pipe cleaners. And here I'll show you how I ruffle it again. I just pinch it together and then gather it. My thumbs are kind of like a wall. Alright, after I finished doing the white base, I wanted to use this really, really pretty gold mesh. I just absolutely loved it. I thought it was so nice. It has the thicker metallic in the middle. I'm cutting this at 15 inches as well. And I'll also do 14. And again, I'll ruffle this the same as the white. I'm just layering up everything and making it, you know, a thicker wreath, make it stand out more. And I like to place something heavy at the end, just because it's easier to keep the mesh flat. And I'm opening the tie to add the new mesh. And it was nice having the metallic center because I could just go straight up the middle, no problem. Once I have it added, I'm going to circle it around to where they slightly overlap, the edges do, so it makes kind of a circle. It makes, it reminds me of those ornaments you can make where you accordion fold and glue the edges. Okay, so I was obsessed with this mesh. I wanted to find a way to use it. I thought it was so beautiful, but it's only, I think it's 5.5 inches or 5 inches. It's not very big. So a trick that I like to do is I'll add both meshes together. Sorry, not both meshes, but 2 pieces of mesh together. I cut these at 15 as well. And then I'll overlap them. Probably about, I'd say, 1.5 inches, maybe. Just enough so that when I'm accordion or ruffling it, it doesn't come apart. And this is just a great way that you can use up your 6-inch mesh, especially if you're wondering how to use up your Dollar Tree mesh. It's a great way to use it. You can still get the same effect as with the 10 or 12-inch mesh, but it's not, you know. And I do those slower than the others just because when I try to do them quickly, they'll come apart sometimes. I absolutely love this mesh. It covers so well too since it's all metallic, and it was soft. It wasn't really hard. Sometimes the harder mesh will hurt my hands. And it looks silver in the video, but it's actually a gold color. I'd probably say it's a little silver and a little gold. But I'm still opening the ties to add each one. And then after I add it, I will circle it around to make that nice circle effect with the mesh. Okay, so I went back and forth on my ribbons, and I finally decided on these 4. Now, I will tell you the gold glitter ribbon that I used made a huge mess. I took it outside and sprayed it with sealant because sometimes that helps it from the glitter falling off as much. It was still falling off. I'll probably have to spray it again when I sell it. But I like to use something. I used to use my ruler, but it broke. But I use a piece of cardboard. It's cut just a little bit less than 12 inches. And I'll wrap my ribbon around and then cut it either end. And I count as I go because I'll need 7 pieces. And then after I cut them, I've got perfect 12-inch pieces of ribbon. And then I'll dovetail all the ends. And then I like to stack the ribbon the way I want to add it to my wreath. And then I'll just fold it in half to find the center. And then I'll pinch where the center crease is. Kind of fold it back on itself. Then I'll open my tie again. And then this time I'm going to twist it 3 times since I'm done adding things to my my pipe cleaners. And then I like to roll down the pipe cleaners with a glue stick. Just because I think it looks nice and it gets it out of the way. I wasn't actually going for a music note wreath when I was making it. It was going to be more like a snow theme. That's why I had this snow flake and then this ribbon on the right with the squigglies. It reminded me of, like, you know, snow and the wind. But I had this really pretty music note ribbon, and it was only a little bit. I got it in a box. I believe I bought it when Rhonda's, I think it's Creative Corner. She makes wreaths. She was getting rid of a lot of stuff, and I ordered one of the boxes, and it had that mesh or that ribbon in it. And then I just happened to have the musical notes from Dollar Tree, so it worked out. Right now I'm going to add the ribbon to the outside section. This is the last section. The only thing I do different on the outside versus the inside is sometimes I have to use my finger to hold the wreath there, because when I push it into the frame, sometimes my wreath wants to go across my table. And then I'm going to twist 3 times and roll it down with my my glue stick. I was really wanting to use this flower, but I felt like it was too yellow for what was on the wreath. So I made a bow with the music note ribbon, and I liked that it had a little bit of glitter in it too, and it was like the glitter was the perfect match with the wreath colors. And if you want to see how I made the bow, I can link to it here. And to attach it, I'm just going to use the pipe cleaner that I added to the back. And you'll see how I do that if you watch the Bow Dabber video. So I decided to use E6000 and hot glue to attach the music notes because I didn't want you to be able to see the pipe cleaners when I attached it, and I didn't have any gold pipe cleaners. So I like to put the E6000 and then put hot glue around it, and I do let it sit and completely dry before I add it, because sometimes when you go to tighten it onto the wreath, it'll pop right off. But I just feed it through the mesh so it sits up on top, and I'll do that 4 times. So I put 4 different music notes on it. 3 different music notes on it, and I turned them. It was cool, the front and the back looked the same. But that's it. That's how I made my Christmas music note wreath. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, or you can email me at craftingwithlee@yahoo.com. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe.